I have concerns about some of the language that is being used, because I saw this myself in the late 70s in San Francisco. This kind of rhetoric was very frightening, and it created a climate in which violence took place, and so I wish that we would all, again, curb our enthusiasm in some of the statements that are made, so understanding that some of the people, the ears that it is falling on are not.
We are Americans first. We are not Republicans. We are Republicans, Democrats, Independents, who finally decided enough is enough.
I'm here because I'm a patriot, ex-military. Father was in the military for 24 years, and I'm just proud to be a part of this.
I'm proud to be here representing America, the Constitution, and everything that we love so dearly.
Outside the Capitol, a few hundred members of the conservative Tea Party movement called on Congress to kill the Democratic health care reform bill as Republicans urged them to keep fighting.
And you are here to say the American people don't want a government takeover of health care.
Moving inside, they tried to lobby undecided Democrats. At times, it got ugly.
Anti-G8 protesters in Germany have made as many headlines as the summit itself. On Thursday, a high-speed boat chase between police and 3 Greenpeace boats temporarily interrupted the calm of Heiligendamm, the Baltic Sea resort where G8 leaders were meeting. Days earlier, almost 1,000 people were hurt when protesters clashed with police in the nearby port of Rostock. Tens of thousands of protesters have streamed into the surrounding towns, trying to breach the security. Thousands of police have been using helicopters and water cannons to try to control the crowds.
Come on! Get here and get out the march! Get out the march! Get out the march!
Hey! Police! Police! Assault!
Police clashed with anti-globalization protesters at the World Trade Organization meeting. The violence was so severe, Seattle had to declare a curfew. The scuffles, in which around 520 were held, were dubbed the Battle of Seattle.
Now federal agents are trying to see if the spray paint vandalism is connected to a September toppling of the AM station's radio towers in nearby Snohomish. A note left at the site attributed that to ELF. And FBI agents believe ELF is responsible for the March 2008 fire that tore through Seattle's Street of Dreams near Woodinville. 3 homes were destroyed, and the Master Builders Association, or MBA, is taking these acts of vandalism seriously. The fire is just 3 miles from where the latest banner was found.
In Melbourne, Australia, a year later, around 2,000 anti-globalization protesters tried to delay the start of the World Economic Forum. Fearing a repeat of Seattle, mounted police waded in with truncheons. Later that month, dozens of protesters and police were hurt in Prague, where the International Monetary Fund and World Bank were holding their annual meetings.
The normally peaceful streets of Geneva erupted into chaos Saturday when a demonstration against a major WTO meeting that starts Monday became violent, with demonstrators smashing windows and setting fire to a number of cars. The violence occurred during a march of about 3,000 demonstrators.
In 2001, in the Swedish city of Gothenburg, 3 protesters were shot and 12 police injured after violence at the EU summit. The picturesque 17th century Swedish port resembled a war zone, littered with rocks, burning barricades and smashed shops, after nearly 12 hours of non-stop violence.
This may be a little bit further than your usual weekend bender, but this was Friday night / Saturday morning for some students at Berkeley. They railed against budget cuts and tuition hikes throughout the entire university system. The state's university system says it will need to increase university tuition by a whole lot the next academic year to make up for the state's multi-billion-dollar budget gap.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
See by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars. Side, o'er the ramparts we